Hello guys, this is my first ever video that I'm gonna start uploading. From this time I'm gonna start uploading regularly. I hope to do a couple videos a day, and I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial about PVPLounge client. So it's gonna be a basic tutorial how you download PVPLounge client. So you usually go on I search up PVPLounge, but you can also go on PVPLounge.com. I'm gonna send the link I'm gonna have the link here in the description. You click download, and then you click download. This opens. This downloads. You click open file. An admin prompt should pop up, which you guys can't see. It is installing. Please wait, and you should be done. This is what should happen. If you're already logged into Minecraft, the program takes your Minecraft account and puts it automatically inside. I'm not sure if it's dangerous. I think it's the same with stuff like Bad Lion, so you guys shouldn't worry. Here you allocate how much RAM you want to give the game, which will technically improve your performance. And this right here is not that important, but it's the resolution you guys want to launch the game in. Like, if it basically will make the window that specific thing. So if I say, for example, this resolution, this option right here means if you want to hide the program in the taskbar right here, if you want to close the program, or you do want to keep it open on the screen. That's it for the beginning. I'm going to head into the game. Hello, welcome back to the tutorial. So as you can see, this is the main menu from the client. It gives us this really nice look and all the profile stuff. So right here we have the game modes, which is nothing you should worry about, but it's not technically, but it is for the upcoming server they're gonna launch back with the client releasing. This is the exit game button that you have just to exit the game. You have the patch notes on new customization options and stuff. A single player menu looks differently. This is just my texture pack, and then you have Hypixel. Then you have your server browser. I still love Hypixel. So let's just make a world. Right here, I can actually do game mode. So as you can see here, we're just in a normal world. We're going to show you off some stuff. I'm gonna have to grab some simple things. Alright, so starting off, you click right shift. Sorry, wrong button. You click right shift, and then this is the most plain. Obviously, this is just like how Minecraft would look. And I'm gonna go over every single option. I'm gonna also add timestamps if you guys want to. We're gonna add timestamps. We're gonna focus on general later. So first off, animations. What it does is you can enable or disable different animations to make the game run smoother. So for example, while block hitting, you have this weird animation. As you can see, like, you do hit while your sword is like to the left. With this thing, you can, for example, turn off blocking and block hitting. You do not see that animation at all. It just switches between the swinging animation. Next on we have I don't know how much it affects other stuff. So it can disable animations for certain items you might have animated, or like stuff like the skyblock enchant items that have animations, such as, for example, aspect of the dragons. So I'm gonna enable it but turn everything on, just so you can have like a little checklist. So then, first off, armor status. I am going to put it to the right for you guys to make it easier. So what it does is basically shows your armor. You have the first option, chroma, which is changing colors. I will not tell what chroma does later, but it just makes the colors change. And just click it. You can change the display type of the value, or the durability. So as you can see, if you want to have it in %, and if you want to have it in durability, you can disable or enable the name of the item or not. You can. I'm gonna keep it like this. you can take off the item name, which I usually do. You can the alignment, which I prefer it like this. You can have it either a horizontal list or a vertical list, and then you have padding, which I am not exact. Oh, padding is the how much space you want in between things. Even mostly text. You can have it more packed like this. If you want to show armor damage, or if you want to show damage overlay, which is, let me just quickly. Give me a second. There we go. So damage overlay right here is a damage overlay is with the little bar under everything. You can turn it on and off, which I personally like it on, and take off the numbers. I will show you guys how I like it, all that stuff. And then equipped item damage. I'll show item damage. There you go. Right now you also have how many arrows you can have here. If you want to have a minimalistic look, you can and you can turn off how much max durability an item has if you do have other options on. So I'm gonna quickly just to turn this on. You can either make it only what its current durability is, or just have both durabilities up. Then another thing, you can click on HUD editor. Then you can place your scoreboard wherever you want. So the scoreboard, as everyone knows, is just whatever is on the right side, showing all the stats for different type of games. I will, for example, have my armor status bar right here. You can everything scales how much you like. So I'm gonna just make it a little bit smaller, change the alignment to the left, and there we go. Auto GG is a thing that is a mod that says automatically GG for you in most high pixel game modes. Not that useful. I mean, it is useful, but yeah. So auto text, this is an interesting one. So you can't actually modify that much, but the key for it is M on the keyboard, and then you can make macros for stuff. So for example, join my stream, and the command is join my stream at twitch.tv/shieldyarmor. You can also just modify it like this. You can actually go between, so it's not science. You can put it on numpad 7, save macro. Done. Whenever I click 7 on my numpad, it automatically says it in the chat, which it can be useful if you're a very big Skyball player, but also if you're a party user, if you MVP++ with a public party, and you want to advertise your public party. Auto tip, automatic whenever is the chance. This is the delay of this is the amount of seconds you want to have in between possible tips that you can give to players for free coins, which you can just give you can basically just get coins on Hypixel if you have this on. So I would recommend having it on. Alright, then we have block overlay. This is the little lines around the highlighted block. As you can see, it doesn't change much when I just enable it. But then you have mode, which is if you want to have an outline, or do you want to have an entire block kind of covered in a little like shadow in a transparent black box, which can help a little bit if you're not that keen on looking at outlines. You can change the outline thickness. You can even have a thick boy like this. That's not actually that thick. Or you can have a thin boy like this. Doesn't change that much. And you can customize everything. If there's a box right here, you can customize it with stuff. So if you want to have the fill to be chroma, which is pretty cool. Come on, guys, we can admit that. I can make it cool like disco ball. You can change the fill color. You can make the fill automatically be a different the color you want. These specific colors are the colors that are in books, as like at for example, at A would be like black for some reason. For example, and the amount of not gamma, but alpha you put on it also depends. As you can see, like you can barely see the stone, Also, as here you can see like like the change in texture. But when you have the outline, if you change the alpha a little down, then we can see it's still like red, but it's not, you know, full. Well, actually, let me test something. Just turn everything to a disco block, and then you can change the outline color. And if you want the outline to also be chroma, which will just completely make the entire block kind of like have no shadows, no anything. Like you can't tell if it's another block or what. No. Next, we have the boss bar, which in this case I'm gonna have to go in the creative. So this is the boss bar when it's enabled up. Obviously, you can change the text color if you want to have it have like all the bosses and stuff. If it's already not custom named, it will change the default. You can make the name chroma, and if you want to give the text shadow or not, which it makes it kind of a little bit cooler. Now I'm going to quickly go a little bit far away, so I'm going to cut this. I'm gonna get this cut. Alright, we're back. Yeah, we got rid of the things that we got from the river. Let me just quickly, it's kind of disturbing to not have any sound. Right, so next off, we have clicks per second. For all the clicks per second, boys. So first off, you can I'm gonna just put it on the left and make it bigger so you guys can see. So it doesn't affect while you're in the lobby. As you can see, as you can hear, I'm clicking very much, but it's not working. So you can see how much, and you can adjust how many digits you want. So if you want to like have exactly how much CPS you have, like as you can see, like for more detail, I guess. I usually have it on 1. Reversed is if you want to have click per second first or the number first, and then you can change the background. So you can either have a let's do a neon. It does seem to have like a little bit of shade, but that's alright. So we put that in the spot we want. I usually don't actually have this because another feature has this, which I'm gonna get onto next. Clear water. So clear water is, let me show you. As you can see, it's kind of bluish. It adds like this weird effect. With when you enable clear water, you can make it lighter, so that's why it's not as bad. And then also you can do the same but with lava. I'm going to quickly just drain this out. So as you know, everything's super red when you have that, when you're in lava. When you turn on clear water though, it still doesn't do anything. But when you click on lava, it makes the lava effect have no disruption on your video, or I mean on your display. Sorry. And you can take you can make the density smaller or higher. So if you want to have a little bit of like that effect, you can. Next we have coordinates, which if you're a UHC player, you should definitely have this in my opinion. I usually put it in the top left corner. It's easiest to cover up when streaming, and it's pretty nice. So you can of course you can turn off chroma. You can have the orientation if you want it to be like this or this. Vertical is easy. It might be way easier to read. You can click off to see the biome, which you can see here. You can show your C counter. You can show the direction, and you can show the details. And you can show the Y coordinate. You can turn on coordinate Y coordinate. I personally run without C counter. Kind of makes it look a little bit uglier. So sorry, wrong button. I usually go. You can change the background, of course. Background color. There's no background color. Okay. Oh, show background color. Yeah, there's technically supposed to be a background. There we go. I usually don't like it because it just looks a little bit less thing, and it just removes the back text or the shadow. You can have the biome, for example, kind of this cool, this darkish green. You know, this whatever. The C counter can be blue, like neon bluish, I guess. If I just quickly show the C counter. And then we can change the directions. I'm gonna make it my signature color. Yeah. And that's really, you can also change the coordination color, which for example, if you usually you make it maybe red because you're looking for blood. I don't know, as only you see. Let me just explain something to you guys. This is basically how much you're going that direction. So I'm going going slightly, or like half a block a second, positive towards positive x, and half a block per second on. Is it half a block? Well, basically, if you're going straight east, for example, it's gonna go down, or it's gonna go down on your. It's gonna go extra up, or it's gonna go extra down the other direction. Sorry. Crosshair. I do not really want to go to this because it's actually a pretty big thing, but it makes it crosshair. If you're into like CS:GO stuff, I don't know, maybe you like it. You sadly can't adjust where the window, so you can't see the crosshair really, but you can adjust the gap, the size. You can add dot or not. You can make adjust the type again. You can have chroma on, dot, outline, color, dot, color, normal color, and outline on thickness. So I can have this cool MLG CS:GO cursor, or not cursor but crosshair. That's actually not that accurate. Next we have directions. If you're more into if you're not that keen on saying stuff like, oh, he's southwest by just looking at coordinates, you can have this kind of like, I don't want to say that word, you know, the F word. You can change, you can make it if it's up down to degrees, if it's down to the directions, or if it's down to only main directions. You can also make a chroma. You can have the size of the marker that is at the top if you want to make it very small, just to make sure you know. You can add you can disable or turn on the shadow on the text. You can adjust the kind of field of vision, I guess, of the degrees. Kind of zooms out everything, which I think they did a pretty good job. Like I want to barely see the other direction. Okay, like I'm in northeast, southeast. Now it's southeast, whatever. I would recommend, when you're having this on, I would recommend having it on all directions or degrees, mostly, because you can see the other directions coordinates unless you don't have that on. You can change the thing. You can make it completely transparent, and then make the directions maybe green as like terrain, for example, and then you can make the marker color blue, a little bit more bluish, so you can see. For example, this is really ugly, but it's just like, again, it's an example. FPS. This is just show you FPS. This is not the FPS improvement part of the program. If you want me to, I'm gonna explain to you really quick. So the reason the client is better at making your PC work better on Minecraft, it's because the code of the game is mostly rewritten to be very light on your PC. So that's why you might encounter some glitches with like launching and stuff, but I think it's worth it. As you can see, there you go, it's going up, sorry. I was just worried. So you can change it if you want chroma, for example, if you want to have it reversed, and you can change the background color and stuff. That's pretty simple. Then you have the FOV changer. So as we can see, this is the normal slowness. You can see the FOV just went down a little bit. With this, you can change the FOV of stuff like slowness. So you can either make it minus 50, which makes it makes it more positive, makes it look like you're like you have speed, or you can make it extremely negative, which it hurts. It's kind of like having high FOV. The only I really see it as a possible good thing when using bow. You can make it zoom extremely close, and then it can help you do long shots and snipes if you really need the help with that. Glint. It's actually a pretty nice feature. So first off, depending on the way you do it, you can actually, let me just quickly get an armor. Alright, now that my armor is enchanted, we have, as you can see, you have the little cool glow, as everybody knows in Minecraft. when you turn on glint, you can change stuff, like you can make pots shiny, which makes the texture go over the entire item. But it makes it a little bit more easy to spot potions in pile groups of things, which it looks a little bit more ugly in my opinion, so I keep it off. I actually keep it on, but I'm going to keep it off after this because I realized that. So first up, you can make items chroma and armor. You can only change armor and items, not you can change them separately. You can change it to normal, or you can change it to custom. So I like have my armor a orange-ish, and my items yellow. Something like this. It looks pretty intimidating in my opinion, and I really like this feature. Hitboxes, the big one. It's not gonna make you. It's not a pocket. It's not a pocket killer or any. You can't exploit this. I would say you can't exploit it as well that well. So it just shows the hitbox. So as you can see, like it does have a very big give, but you can just see how close you can get to a person's hitbox before you actually being able to hit him. See that I was need to get that close. It actually changes the hitbox. As you can see, the hitbox is actually a little bit weirder on them. Slimes also, of course, have their own hitbox. That doesn't actually turn with them. That's a big thing if you guys haven't noticed that. And the chicken's heads actually doesn't actually have a hitbox. You actually have to hit the close enough to the hitbox. See? Just gonna kill these off. We can customize this by if you want the items dropped, if hitboxes of items dropped, if you want hitboxes of monsters, players, projectiles, and animals, and you can change every single type of color of each hitbox. So I'm going to make them this quickly, going to make them like different colors so you can tell that apart. This is yellow. As you can see, this is an entity, so it's red. This is a item, so it's yellow. This is an animal, so it's orange. Alright, next we have item info. Item info is what it's the. Let me just actually grab a stack of blocks. Alright, so item info. This is this. It's usually this big, but you can of course scale it, and you can scale it in the options itself. There we go. You can make it fade away, or you can make it stay. Yeah, fade out time. You can take it off, so it always keeps like that. You can change. You can make the enchants show, I think. You can, and yeah, it shows the enchantment above. You can make and you can't actually customize it that much, enchant stuff, but you can make the count color green, for example, and you can make the enchants like purplish, and it says the name for a little bit. So one thing about it, it tells you exactly how much of that block you have in your inventory. So you have 6. As you can see, I have only 64 grass, but when I switch to dirt, it counts the stack and the stack I'm holding and the stack I actually have in my other hut, in the other slot beside it, and also says how much, what exactly the potion does that you have in hand. Item physics, it's not that much of a different. It's just this. If you're wondering how people have it like as a thing, yeah. You can customize it in different ways. You can take a spin, make it spin differently, so that your just lays flat, or there's MLG trick shots. Insert water bottle intro. Keystrokes. This is what I use personally for my clicks per second. It says your clicks per second, the buttons you're pressing, and stuff like that. So this is the fade time between the keystrokes. So as you can see, I'm holding it right now. It highlights, and when I let go, it has this fade out time. You can make either the fade out time very long, which is 2 seconds 50, or make it just instant. it's automatically at I think something at like 300. Yeah, sounds about right. You can turn the chroma off, as we all know. You can customize your background, the text, and the text when it's active. You have you can change the clicks. So you have which one you're pressing, left mouse or right mouse. You can either make them into arrows, so like directions, which mouse you're using, or you can make that none. You can have sorry. You can have no clicks per second. You can have clicks per second on each of the buttons, which won't affect while you're in the thing. But you can have separate. You can adjust this clicks per second digits as we saw last time. And if you want to have it, what order you want it in. If you want to keep the if you want to have the jump as name, so as text, as a pointer, which I recommend this more than just jump, or none. And then you can do the same with keys. Next we have motion blur. So it should add a little motion blur to the game. I'm not that keen on it though. I'm sorry. The game looks a little bit smoother, I think. Like, I really can't tell the difference, sorry. If we go down to 68, we can see it actually starts freaking out now. Which, while moving fast, it can be not that noticeable, but it kind of makes me motion sick. And of course, you can just make it barely noticeable. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna make it prettier and add like 50. Yeah. Just to remind you, I'm pressing right shift. It's the button under your enter. You can turn on different particles. So if you want to have always sharp particles, and you can have the multiplier of particles. So this is how fast, like the multiplier is how much the particles are going from. What? And I'm not sure, sorry. So perspective. F is going to lock you in a position you were looking at, and then you can have a little free cam, 360 cam around your character. It's F. Again, it's the default F. You have your ping. You can set up your ping anywhere on the screen. As I'm in a single player world, it does not actually affect it, but it's kind of the same principle applies as to the FPS. Potion effects. This is a bar that shows all the effects. As you can see, it just shows the effects of that you have on you right now. You can customize if you want the chroma, if you want the text chroma, if you want to do it bottom to top or bottom to top or top to bottom or bottom to top. It can have the duration, how many seconds before running out the thing should blink. The duration color. So you can make the duration, for example, blue or this color. You can, and the effect, you can make it like green. I don't know, this, for example. You can turn on background slash a little icon slash a little border. You can take the effect name, or you can disable the icon. Also, you can disable the icon blink. Cool. And you can hide inventory status, which I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, and you can what type of alignment you want. The reach display is how far you can hit from. So it says no hit right now. It's in the, let me actually just quickly make it easier for you guys to see. So it says how far away did I hit them from. So as we know, the creative reach is like 5 blocks. As you can see, it goes up to 5 on me. And the same principle goes as well for other things. Regarding text, you can have the digits up or down. You can add chroma, and you can customize the background and text color. Saturation. This is actually pretty interesting. I'm gonna have to go into survival. So as you can see, okay, so right now I have 2.5 hunger bars missing. Well, with saturation on automatically, it shows how much I am going to get food, which is the green outline. Let me customize it for you guys just so you guys will see it better. Oh, I actually can't. Well, bad. Okay, so it's kind of hard to notice actually. Give me a second. Let me go into yeah. So first off, I am missing three hunger bars now. When I eat this, I'm gonna get 1 hunger bar, which is showed by the green hunger bar, and at the end I get a half of a absorption, hunger absorption, which means hunger absorption is how many hunger I can lose before actually losing my actual hunger. As you can see, I just this little bar right here ran back here and took my absorption hunger, and then when I run, it goes back down super quickly as I just ate a cookie, which doesn't actually last that much. And then if I run a little bit more, it actually goes to the sorry. When I run a little bit more, as you can see, the bar fills up, and then let me actually just make the bar a little bit more noticeable. There you go, the red bar behind. When it's back onto the left, it just takes away half hunger. And for example, this is also if you guys haven't understood like very old tips like which food lasts the longest. As you can see, steak will give me a whole 4 hunger bars, and it will give me almost 6.5 absorption hunger. So I can eat this and then I can run around while my absorption hunger is slowly depleting. Of course, everything has different rates, so while I'm just walking, it goes down very fast, or very slow. And for example, in this case, absorption hunger does actually stack. So right now I have, as you can see right here, I have. Oh, this is actually a bad idea to put that on red. Let me make it like green or whatever. Like no, blue. There we go, blue. So in front of the blue on the right side, you can see that it's red. That means that's my current absorption hunger. And when I eat this, I'll get 2. Yeah, I think 1.5. I think 1.5 hunger absorption, and I will get the remaining 1 hunger that I need. I'm gonna quickly just run around and get this gone. Alright, so now when I eat the apple, I get 2 hunger points and 1.5 hunger absorption. There you go. I now have 1.5 hunger absorption. I can waste or use my 1.5 absorption hunger before my normal hunger starts depleting. And about now, I should start depleting my normal hunger. See? So, for example, mushroom soup gives me 2. It refills me up back to full, but gives me only 3.5 absorption hunger compared to the steak's 6.5. This is really cool thing if you play survival. Nearing the end, we have Schematica. You should just watch a Schematica tutorial. I am not skilled at Schematica. Sorry. You can have the scoreboard. You can customize it. You can have chroma, show numbers on the side if it's like a less popular, if it's a less known server that has like numbers on the side of the leaderboard. You can toggle sprint, which has more options, stuff like when sprinting text settings for the text that shows. So for example, if I press my shift key or my sprint key, it's going to say toggle sprint, and then it just makes it basically whatever. You can disable chroma, you can block sprint when flying and have it do it manually. Fly boost amount, I am not sure what this does, but I'm scared to turn it on. You can toggle sneak, being thing, or you can switch between toggle sprint and speed. So if I go this and then it uses toggle sneaking. So if you have to go AFK, for example, in UHC match, that might be useful. And finally, we have waypoints. I am not sure if this is allowed in Hypixel. So sorry. You go into controls, and then change the controls. I have it on numpad 0 and numpad 0 and decimal. So I press numpad 0 to make a waypoint yeah, make it 80. There we go. I say blah, 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 blah. Now I can see this waypoint from anywhere else, even if I'm far away. You can then delete them. You can view your waypoints by clicking commas, decimal, whatever that was called, on the right side of 0, and then click delete and confirm it. Then it's deleted. You can also remove the option to confirm it. Anyway, thanks everybody for so much for watching and tuning into this episode of Minecraft tutorials. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you got. Everything will be in the description and also timestamps. I see everybody. I actually forgot to say. Please subscribe, follow, and comment, and like this video if you like this. Please.